Okay, so we want to understand that when information comes to us, we got to be alert and aware and decide, yes, you can come in. No, you cannot. If you think about it like your doorbell rings and you go to the door and there's somebody there that you don't want to let in your door, you don't let them in your door. You either look out the window first and you don't answer your door, or you answer your door, and as soon as you see or hear what they're saying and you don't want that, you then close your door. You say no thank you and you close your door. That's what's going on. Now, you don't go to your door unaware, right? I mean, you have to be, in order to go open your door, you have to be consciously walking to the door and opening it. So that's what I'm talking about. You have to bring up your consciousness where you're paying attention to what you are doing and what you are saying. And that's a whole new game right there. So many people aren't, right? I mean, seriously, think about this. Ask yourself this question. What are the things that you're saying to yourself all the time? Now, here's some examples of things that people do. Every winter, every time the weather changes, I get sick. Now, if you really understand that your words, death and life, are in the power of the tongue, if you really understand that your words matter, are you going to continue to say that? Now, some people say to me, oh, that doesn't matter. I don't really mean it. Let's go back. What are we told at the very beginning? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Go back to Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor telling us, and he's, of course, not the only one telling us, but this is Bob Proctor, Neville, and me. Bob Proctor saying we are spiritual beings. Now, a lot of people don't think that's true. They just think, no, we're human beings. But, you know, that's not even arguable to me. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And as you begin to pay attention to what is going on in your life, that there is a direct correlation to what is going on in your mind, and what is coming out of your mouth, when you begin to connect the two, you're going to see that something's going on here. Well, if we're just physical beings, what is that power, right? What would that power be? So we've got to understand there is some kind of power coming into us that's allowing us to direct it. Yes, you come in. No, you don't. Or another one, I'm going to think about this before I completely let you in or completely throw you out, right? There's so much proof that we are spiritual beings. And I kind of suspect if you're here listening to my channel, you already get that. So Bob Proctor telling us we're spiritual beings, we're always for expansion and greater expression. Now Neville comes in and he introduces imagination. Now, he talks about imagination being the power with which we create, okay? You can call that power whatever you want. Neville most of the time refers to it as God. I'm not going to choose something for you to refer to that as, because I want you to find that for yourself. To me, it's source energy. It is energy that creates or that molds. The energy that is used in the mold is already created. Okay? I'm not creating the energy. It's coming to and through me. And now I get to use that energy and make it into whatever I want. Whatever I want. So if that's true, and I promise it is, do I want to be doing that unconsciously? Because I'm not going to be making it into what I want, what I really want to experience, if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. right? You don't get in your car and then just go to sleep and let the car go wherever it wants to go. Now, the self-driving cars maybe so, but I'm going to guess that you're not in a self-driving car, right? You have to be alert, and you have to decide when you get to a stop sign. Are you going forward? Are you going to the left? Are you going to the right? Where are you going? With this energy that we're given to create anything that we want, where are you going? If you don't realize the power that you hold, you're not going to be making serious choices about going straight ahead, going to the left, going to the right. In other words, this energy coming to and through me, what am I molding it into? Am I molding it into more of what I have been experiencing, or am I molding it into something different? So first I have to understand I'm the one doing something with this power. I'm the one doing something with this invisible field. That's this power. I'm the one molding it into something. And if I'm not doing it consciously, chances are I am molding it into the same kinds of things. Here's an example. Let's look at relationships. People generally repeat the experience that they have in relationships. So let's say that they have a lot of friends. Well, then they're generally, it's not that hard a word, generally having good relationships. So they expect when they meet somebody that it's going to be a good relationship, because that's what they believe. I have good relationships. Now take somebody who's really shy and they think that they can't have good relationships. So they could meet the exact same people that the person that has the expectation of good relationships, they can be meeting the exact same people, and their experience is that they're not having good relationships. So we want to see that the experience is going directly out from each person, and that's why experiences are different. Think of it as a business. There can be two businesses. Let's look at a restaurant. There can be a restaurant on this corner and another one on this corner. And they both, let's say they both sell burgers and fries and chili and that kind of thing. This side, it's packed all the time. As a matter of fact, there's lines outside the door. Over here, they make the same food, exact same food, and there's nobody in the store. There's nobody in the restaurant, even though there's lines of people out here that could easily say, well, okay, this place is packed. They sell the same thing over here. I'm going to go over there and eat. But they don't. What could that be? Now, you could say, well, they make, obviously here they make food that tastes really good, and here they make food that doesn't. Yes, that could be part of it. But if we go back to underlying assumptions, this one, I guarantee you, has the assumption of having a successful relationship, a successful restaurant. This one, at best, was doubtful about it. They tried it, but they didn't really expect it to work. Or, even deeper than that, they have an expectation that nothing that they do works out. See, this is what's important, because it's those assumptions that we carry that are actually causing the experiences. You've heard of the law of attraction. A lot of talk about that. And it kind of is attraction, but it actually goes deeper than that. It's the law of assumption. And I don't really even care if you're calling it a law or whatever. Just understand that what you are predominantly thinking about is what you're predominantly experiencing. Be honest with yourself and look at that. Now, you could say, well, I'm sick, and I wasn't predominantly thinking about being sick. but were you predominantly thinking thoughts that would lead up to you being sick? Like, go back to that person that says we're screwed. I mean, if you walk around with that kind of belief, oh, I'm screwed because of something somebody else does, I'm setting myself up as a victim to all of this, whereas I am the central station. The power is coming to and through me, and I'm directing it out. Am I directing it out to, I'm going to have a successful relationship, a restaurant. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to give it my best, but I know I'm going to succeed. This one wasn't carrying the same thing because our assumptions are what go out and bring to us. So again, whether you're calling it law of attraction or whatever, it's bringing to us. It's a magnet. It brings to us experiences that match what the expectations that we have, the assumptions that we have. I have great relationships. So when I meet someone, I expect to have a great relationship with them if we decide to continue in communication. But if I carry this assumption that I'm really awkward and shy and nobody really ever wants to talk to me, I'm not interesting, I don't have anything to say. See, those beliefs will then bring that experience. So then people will come into my experience that will see me as shy, that will see me as uninteresting, will move beyond me and talk with someone else. So what I'm really wanting to impress upon all of us, and you know what? I've got the best work in the world. Why? Because I'm constantly studying this. I'm constantly talking about it, teaching about it, so it's keeping it in my awareness. And that's what we have to do in whatever way, is keep it in our awareness. Because this, my friends, is what is causing you to have the experience that you're having. This being you, this being the thoughts that you are entertaining, the ones you're giving most of your attention to. So if you want to change the experiences that you're having, you have to change the thoughts and the words and the feelings that you're having, which comes down to you have to change you. But that's okay, because there is a you that is happy and is having fun and is experiencing the things that you want. And so that's what we're talking about, is how do you get in touch with her or him? How do you live from that experience? Now, one of my mentors used to say, probably still does, it's the hardest, easiest thing you'll ever do. Or it's the easiest, hardest. It's easy because what I'm saying is you're paying attention to what you're saying and what you're thinking. It's hard because what you're saying and thinking has become habit. And changing habits can be a little tricky. But if you know that on the other side of doing that work lies a life that you're having a lot of fun living, isn't it worth it? Aren't you worth it? I guarantee you, you are. So I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to tell you this is Cindy Brett. Thank you for listening. I'm glad you're here. I love you, and I'll be back continuing this conversation. Please, please, please do all the things. Like the video, share it, ask your questions. Let me know what I'm saying is bringing up what? Is bringing up questions, you understand it. What is it that you need? Because that's why I'm doing this. All right. Bye for now. See if I can get this to turn off.